The iPhone 12 represents the biggest change to the iPhone in years. The design is all new, there's 5G, and the display is prettier than ever. The cameras have even been improved to perform better in low light. But the new flat edge design is the thing you notice first about the iPhone 12. It's pretty but also functional, with flat glass and sides, plus Apple's new ceramic shield technology protecting the display. The iPhone 12 is said to fare 4 times better when dropped than the iPhone 11. If I have one complaint though, the lack of rounded edges does dig into your palms a bit, especially considering the larger 6.1-inch size of this device. One of the other major improvements to the iPhone 12 concerns the display. This is Apple's Super Retina XDR Oled panel, which offers a major improvement in resolution and color compared to the iPhone 11's old LCD. It is unfortunately only 60 Hz though, something that arguably puts the iPhone 12 at a disadvantage compared to the 90 Hz and 120 Hz devices coming from various companies like Samsung. But it is a still very impressive panel, and you get it whether you spring for the $829 iPhone 12 or the more expensive iPhone 12 Pro. On the back of the iPhone 12 is a circular array of magnets that you can't see that accommodate wireless chargers, cases, and other accessories. Apple calls it MagSafe, and it's a clever idea, though I think it needs a bit more fleshing out to really see its full potential realized. I like the way that MagSafe charging puck just snaps onto the back of the phone, but things like the wall and attachment aren't necessarily the greatest idea in the world because they can slide around in your pocket a bit, especially if you're taking your phone in and out of your pocket many times. And what about 5G? The iPhone 12 supports the most 5G bands of any handset on the market now. It also packs sub-6 GHz and millimeter wave 5G, which means it's optimized to deliver the best speed nationwide, but especially when you're in those dense urban areas. Supporting both types of 5G is rare for all but the priciest smartphones, so that's a good move on Apple's part. In the suburbs of Pennsylvania, speeds on AT&T's 5G network were hardly impressive, though that's a limitation of the network more than with this phone. The iPhone 12 has 2 cameras on the back. Both of them are rated at 12 megapixels. The main one has a larger f1.6 aperture, which allows 27% more light to reach the sensor than the iPhone 11's primary camera. The iPhone 12 can also capture night mode shots through all of its lenses, including the front-facing True Depth selfie camera, and it can capture Dolby Vision 4K HDR video at 30 frames per second. The upshot of all of this is that the iPhone 12 takes excellent looking shots in any condition. That's partially down to Apple's improved Smart HDR3 and Deep Fusion technologies, which enhance the fidelity of details in photos with clever computational photography algorithms based on whatever particular scenario you're shooting. A lot of that draws from the iPhone 12's new A14 Bionic chip, which is the fastest ever that we've tested in a smartphone. This processor recorded 3,859 points in Geekbench 5's multi-core test, compared to 3,294 for the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is believed, though unconfirmed, to pack 3 times the RAM of the iPhone 12, so that's very impressive indeed. There's no question, this phone flies in any task, whether you're just browsing social media or playing a game. So what about battery life then? The iPhone 12 doesn't perform quite as well as previous iPhones in our custom battery test, which involves continuous web surfing over cellular data at 150 nits of screen brightness. The iPhone 12 averaged about 8.5 hours with 5G turned on. However, when we set the phone to use 4G only, it lasted 2 hours longer, dying after 10.5 hours. That is a big difference. But the good news is that Smart Data Mode on the iPhone 12 can automatically toggle between 5G and 4G in certain scenarios. Like for example, if you're streaming music with the screen off. This can definitely help save on power in the right conditions. Oh, and another thing about charging. As you may already know, you're not going to get a charging adapter or wired earpods in the box with any iPhone 12. That's really a shame because the iPhone 12 supports up to 20-watt charging, and buying the particular brick that will do that will cost you another $20. You do get a Lightning to USB-C cable for your troubles, which will come in handy should you buy that faster adapter, but it is still more money out of your pocket. Additionally, the iPhone 12 starts with just 64 gigs of storage, which it has to be said is really low for this day and age. The Pro models start with twice that much, but we really think Apple should have extended that to the cheaper devices as well, because 64 gigs really is quite limiting. Once you factor in the possible need to double your storage or buy a charger, the iPhone 12 really becomes a less compelling value than it may initially seem. Overall, however, this is a good step forward to the iPhone most people will buy, and it doesn't sacrifice all that much on the iPhone 12 Pro series. The move to OLED displays makes for a far more delightful experience of using the phone every day, the cameras impress, and the breadth of 5G support future-proofs the iPhone 12 in a way many competing devices can't claim. If you've got an old iPhone 8 or iPhone 10 or iPhone XR, it's certainly worthy of your next upgrade. For Tom's Guide, I'm Adam Ismail.